What's up guys, it's Agent Juicy, and today I'm going to be basically doing a comparison between the iPhone 6 and the BlackBerry Passport. The iPhone 6 comes in or costs around $729, and the BlackBerry Passport costs $699 off a contract as well. Both of these devices are two different cups of tea, if you want to explain it. The BlackBerry Passport is primarily marketed towards the enterprise or the business user or the medical professional with this big screen. That's what BlackBerry is marketing this for. The iPhone, however, is marketed for basically anyone could use it, any person could use it, and pretty much any business could use it as well. So it sort of like fills all the gaps, but it doesn't fill all the gaps in terms of enterprise as well as the BlackBerry Passport. So that being said, let's dive right into it. So these are two different cups of teas, as I said before, and that's something to remember throughout this entire video. So as always, these two networks work with pretty much anything depending on where you buy it. The BlackBerry Passport has all the antennas on board, so this basically works with pretty much all the networks in the world, provided that they use a SIM card. There isn't a CDMA version, and they do have a CDMA version for the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it because I don't need a CDMA phone. So turning to the back of these devices, you can see the BlackBerry Passport SIM card and micro SD expandable slot is in the back. The SD expandable slot goes up to 128 gigabytes. It uses a nano SIM, which is really good because most phones right now use a nano SIM as well. iPhone 6, however, uses a nano SIM as well, but it does not have micro SD expandable storage, as you guys probably saw in my review. Click right here, put it right here on my hand. Anyways, so the iPhone 6 does not have micro SD expandable storage, so whatever you buy, so if you buy the 16 gigabyte version, you're stuck with that size throughout your contract. That being said, there's a 128 gigabyte version you could buy, but it's like about $200 more, and to me, I can't really justify paying more just to get extra storage for $200. If you do have a 16 gigabyte version and you want extra space, I would definitely highly recommend that you use cloud storage options such as MediaFire, Mega, Dropbox, OneDrive, or even iCloud for that matter. And it works really well, but remember, your bandwidth is going to cost. So right away you could see the differences starting to separate these two phones from one another. So let's turn to the actual body of the device. The iPhone 6 uses a really beautiful, really spectacular, really lightweight, and most of all, really thin material called aluminum, or aluminum, depending on where you live. That being said, however, to the back of the device and throughout the entire phone, it's so light, it's so smooth. Apple has raised the Apple logo a little bit here, so you feel that when you're using the device. Honestly, this device feels really good in the hand. I love how this feels. One-handed use on the 4.7-inch display is easily accessible from the top corner straight down to the bottom. Using this device is like cutting butter with a knife, to be honest with you. I love how it feels in the hand, I love how it actually uses, and quite frankly, I think you're going to love that as well. Now let's turn to the BlackBerry Passport. The BlackBerry Passport is really wide. In terms of dimensions, iPhone 6 is 138 millimeters long, 67 millimeters wide, and 6.9 millimeters thin. That's ridiculously thin, to be honest with you guys. It's 128 millimeters long, 90.3 millimeters wide, that's really wide by the way, and 9.3 millimeters thin. Honestly, to the side of it and to the design itself, it uses a thing called I-beam, which, as you can see, the top of the eye and the other eye, and it runs right across. I'll probably put up a picture right here for you guys to see what an I-beam actually looks like, and it's quite industrial. It's a really industrial design. Now, in the hand, it's really wide. In terms of actually reaching the 4.7-inch display, which we'll talk about later, it's not that accessible. Like, I call this the dead zone. That's basically the part of the screen you can't really touch. With Apple, however, if you do have shorter, stubby fingers, like I showed you in my review, you just simply double tap that little Touch ID button right there, and it brings down everything that from the top of the screen. So let's say you're on a page like this, just double tap and bam, you got it, right? It's pretty amazing. design of this phone actually has this soft touch like plastic on the back of it, which feels really nice. The BlackBerry Passport has a really nice stainless steel accent that runs through and through the entire device, like lid, and that premium looking that's for business users. Honestly, I actually love the design of this. And in terms of actual stackability or how wide it actually is, you could really see the iPhone 6 on top of the BlackBerry Passport, and you can see it's almost about an inch wider in terms of width, and that really makes a huge difference, like I said, in touching the top of the display and having no dead zones. And this is a back shot of both of the devices so that you guys could see. Which one do you guys prefer? Tell me down in the comments down below. I actually really want to know in terms of design, just the design. Now let's speak about the screen quality and the BlackBerry screen. So the BlackBerry uses a 4.7 IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen with a 1440 resolution, that's 4.5 inches long, and has 453 ppi. So the iPhone now uses a 4.7 inch display with a pixel density of 1334 by 750 pixels. Now for you to actually see the pixels, it's really difficult because Apple used something called dual pixels, which is inside of the actual pixels there's 2 pixels, which gives it a deeper blacks and a deeper, richer color, as you guys can see. So to the eye right now, both of these displays are turned up to the halfway mark. The iPhone 6 has a lot more color and it looks a lot more colorful, but however text on the BlackBerry Passport looks so much better, like by a mile. Now the text on the BlackBerry Passport, due to that high pixel density, looks so good. It's like really beautiful. Text really sticks out on the BlackBerry Passport, and I actually love that. That's a good thing. It's a good thing compared to the iPhone 6. The text isn't that bad on the iPhone, but it's better on the BlackBerry Passport. Most of you guys are probably wondering what's protecting the screens of these devices. So the BlackBerry Passport uses something called Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which pretty much everyone knows what that is. And it's basically scratch resistant against keys, knives, and pretty much everything else. The iPhone, however, it uses a shatterproof display with an oleophobic coating, so it doesn't get that greasy, plus it doesn't get scratched that often. So next up we have a demonstration, something that I would do with the BlackBerry Passport, and quite frankly it's called taking a knife to the screen. So you guys could see the reflection. I'm coming to get you. Anyways, so you could see I can literally pass the knife on the screen like this, and I'm actually exerting pressure to actually scratch the screen right now. It doesn't look like that, but if you guys could hear it, like you could really hear I'm trying to scratch that screen. Now you could like dab the knife on its screen like really tough, you know, but it doesn't leave a mark, like, which is a really good thing because you don't see the scratches once wiped off. I would not try that with the iPhone because I'm pretty sure it's going to scratch. Maybe it's not going to scratch, but I don't want to chance it on the iPhone 6 because I know this has Gorilla Glass. I don't know what this has on it, but it's pretty strong as well. I usually keep my phone and my keys in the same pocket. So these two devices, like, they were scratched before with keys, but either of these don't show any battle mark scars, so that's pretty good. On to the next segment, which is sound. So the audio quality. The audio quality on the BlackBerry Passport uses this thing called natural sound. So when you're in a phone call or you're talking to someone, it actually adapts the microphone and the speaker of the phone to actually suit the location that you are in. So whatever the environment, location, or whatever you're in. So if you're in a crowd, it's going to adjust the speaker for you. It's going to adjust the mic as well for you, so the person hears you a lot clearer. And it actually works, believe it or not, because BlackBerry equipped the camera mount with 2 little mics there, and a mic up top and a mic to the bottom, so hearing your voice is actually really good on the BlackBerry Passport. Now turning to the iPhone, it doesn't have any of that fancy technology on it that we just spoke about. It does have mics on the camera mount at the back of it for video recording, and it does have a mic down at the bottom as well for actually hearing your voice. But it doesn't have any of that adaptive technology. However, call quality was quite clear, you know, video recording was clear enough, but that's about it. It doesn't have that amazing mic. So one more thing that I would like to point out to you guys as well is that the bottom of these devices has microphones. Yes, you saw correctly, that's actually 2 real microphones for the BlackBerry Passport and 1 for the iPhone. These aren't dummy microphones as seen in previous or other devices such as the Nexus 4. This is actually 2 speakers. And the audio that comes out from this is really good, like ridiculously good. That's what I like about the BlackBerry Passport. No matter what sound you're listening to, it's louder, it's clearer, the bass is a lot more, I don't want to say punchy, but you know, the bass is like, you could actually hear like the speaker, the depth, basically, what I'm trying to say, is there. And it's really good compared to the iPhone. However, if you're gaming, the iPhone 6 does sound, you know, it does do a good job, but the BlackBerry Passport just beats it right off the bat. Now, I'm going to give you an example. So I called my grandmother, I turned it on loudspeaker for both of these devices, and I basically spoke to her about 4 feet away. Then I asked her, is she hearing me better now, or is she hearing me better now? So I call her like twice, literally, so that costs a lot of money. Love you, Grandma. It detected my voice while I was further away, and it actually did a better job than the iPhone. So in terms of actual voice, in terms of loudspeaker and speaking far away, the BlackBerry Passport just has it. And just because it has that dual speaker and those microphones, it does an amazing job. I can't emphasize that enough. So this has been the part 1 of the iPhone 6 and BlackBerry Passport comparison. There's going to be another part coming out, maybe this weekend, so be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit the like button. If you like what I'm showing you so far, let me know. Also as well, give me feedback if you want to see something. I will try to incorporate it in the next video. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and there's a part 2 coming out.